Hi there, everyone. From me, Brent Graham, coming to you from Johannesburg in South Africa at about 10 minutes to midnight on Friday. We got stage 8 coming up on Saturday. It's a fairly flat one, and we'll be previewing that from a betting angle in just a few minutes' time. A reminder, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We've had to move the shows to the Good for the Game Extra channel. And if you do enjoy those videos, give us a like. It certainly helps the ratings. Right, stage 7. Well, I did say I liked Pogačar to win, but I got a little bit greedy after hitting Healy on Thursday. I was looking for longer price winners. At the end of the day, when the break wasn't going to succeed in this one, there was only ever going to be one winner. A great sprint there by Pogačar. Him and Vingegaard and Remco actually pulling clear on the first part of that final Mer de Bretagne climb, but it was always flattening out after that, and none of them were prepared to pull the others to the finish. So we had a sort of a select group finishing together there. And Pogačar, well, he actually left his sprint fairly late. He got the jump on Vingegaard. Credit to Vingegaard, though, who managed to claw him back. And although he never looked like overtaking him, finished on his wheel. And I must say, Vingegaard, he may not have had the best time trial, but he seems to have done some work on his sort of speed work, if I could say, on some of the flatter terrain, where he's starting to almost match Pogačar there. But it's going to be very, very interesting. I must say, can't wait for the mountains. We're going to have to wait because this weekend we've got a couple of flat stages. A bit disappointing. I normally like challenging stages on the weekend, but I think part of the reason for that is Monday's Bastille Day stage, which looks like an absolute brute as far as times go. So they probably didn't want the riders going into that too exhausted. Right, well, looking just down the list, a very impressive performance, I thought, from Oscar Onley. He certainly could be one to watch in the white jersey race. Felix Gall as well. These are the sort of climbs that sometimes find him out, but he was right there at the end. Evenepoel just didn't have the legs to go with the other two in the sprint and lost a few seconds there. Right, let's just have a look at the outright classification at the moment. The yellow jersey, 54 seconds ahead is Pogačar of Evenepoel. Vakelen, who was one of my stage picks today, didn't quite have the legs at the end. He's 111 back, and Vingegaard, of course, 117. Looking at 10th place, 3 minutes 43 behind. And remember, we haven't had a mountain stage yet, so some big gaps appearing already. Pogačar shortened in even slightly now from 1.20, 1 to 5 to 1.6, 1.16 there. So you're not going to get much money if you put that on him. 4 to 1, Jonas Vingegaard, and 25 to 1, Remco Evenepoel. The green jersey race is an interesting one. Now, we got Pogačar, who, of course, took green back today with that win on the stage, even though Milan, of course, sprinted for the intermediate sprints and picked up 10 points there. So he's now 34 points ahead of Milan. And Girmay is another 11 points behind. What's quite interesting here is that the betting has changed in that Milan has actually shortened. I think he was even money going into the last stage. He's now into 9 to 20. And Pogačar's actually drifted, despite winning the stage, out to 7 to 2. I've been trying to get my head around this. The only thing I could think of is that Van der Poel, of course, was the second favorite after he went for the intermediate sprint yesterday. And the fact that he didn't score big today and has already stated he's not going for the green jersey means he is unlikely to be taking points off Milan. And that, I assume, is why the bookmakers have actually shortened Milan, and Pogačar is now 7 to 2. I must admit, starting to get a little bit tempted by that 7 to 2 Pogačar, because he's going to carry on winning stages, I think. And they know they won't all be 50-point stages, but he's going to pick up plenty of points almost just accidentally as he goes about his business. So that's the green jersey. King of the Mountains, early days. Yep, we've got Wellens still a point ahead of Pogačar. Pogačar there is an even money favorite. And of course, most of those points are going to be coming in the final week of the race. Right, let's move on to the stage itself. It's a flattish stage. I'm quite happy. I've got a lot of rugby to watch. I'm not going to be rooted to this stage. I can tell you there's a sprint after 85 Ks. You'd expect by then, I would say a weekish break will get away. I don't think it's going to be like the first couple of stages. I mean, flat stage, we might get a bit of a battle for the break, but, today it only went after 50 kilometers. On Thursday, it only went, after 2 hours. It's going to be nothing like that. It's going to be a lot easier to control it. There's 2 or 3 sprinting teams that are going to want to control it, and I see absolutely nothing standing in the way of a sprint finish here. What will be interesting is how many are in the break, because I'm sure Milan and them would like to be sprinting for as many points as possible here after 85 kilometers, knowing that is where they can pick up points on Pogačar on this route in the green jersey. Got a short climb here, 900 meters at 3.8%. That won't trouble any of the guys. And we got a bit of a rising finish there as well. So it suits the sort of stronger sprinters, but this is definitely one for the Foss men. They're not going to let this get away. And if you can't watch all stage, or you don't want to watch all stage, I would certainly just suggest you catch probably the last 15 or 20 kilometers of this one. A reminder that World Sports Betting have got their Tour de France promo. It's going to be relevant to my bet I'm going to place on today's stage because I'm going for the favorite. And in this particular case, I'm pretty confident that he can at least run into the top two. I've got the betting, though, at Bet Exchange up because World Sports Betting hadn't got their stage winner betting out yet. And we got Milan here. He's at 15 to 10. Merlier, what is that? 35 to 20. Gamay is 10 to 1. You got Caden Groves. I don't know what sort of form he's in. He looked quite good on I think it was stage 4 in the climbing stage, but I don't know what he's, he wasn't brought yet to sprint for stages. Philipson, of course, was going to be going for it. He's 14 to 1. You can look down the list there, but I see this as a bunch sprint, and I don't see, I see it as an almost match race between Milan and Merlier. And for me, Milan, 15 to 10. I'm saying 15 to 10. You see the star there. I don't know what WSB will price him up at, but even if it's 13 to 10, I'll take the lesser price of Milan because I want that insurance for second place if he runs second, where I can get my stake back in free bets. We haven't had to use it yet. In fact, we've had a couple of wins, fortunately, but I'm be very surprised with Milan with his sprint train and that at the end if he isn't right in the business end of proceedings. So take him at around 13, 14, perhaps 15 to 10 at World Sports Betting. You just got to wait for that to come out. That's it. We'll be back for Sunday stage either on Saturday night or Sunday morning. It also doesn't look a particularly exciting stage, so it'll probably be quite a quick preview. But Monday, certainly Bastille Day, is going to be one to be watching all day if you possibly can. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed. Enjoy the stage, and if you're watching the rugby, enjoy that as well. Let's hope the Springboks can give Italy a good hiding down there in Quebec. Thanks, everyone. Till the next recording, enjoy the cycling.